Good day to you all. It's Cristobal Maximus out here in the back roads and backwoods once again, and I'm at another cemetery today. And this one is in Elk Creek, Kentucky. But the story I'm going to tell you started in Louisville in Jefferson County, Kentucky. And it involves a pretty gruesome murder and crime. And I'll put a link below to a story that you can read about this. But anyway, it goes a little like this. A local businessman from Louisville, Kentucky, his name was John Mass, M-A-A-S, I guess I'm pronouncing that right. He owned a swim club, a very popular swim club back in the 1940s. It was called Tucker's Lake, and it was a very popular place and continued to be all the way up until the 1980s in Louisville, Kentucky. And Mr. Mass's family was very well connected, very politically connected. His sister was married to a very powerful and prominent politician in the state of Kentucky. Mr. Mass's brother was a well-known, successful businessman, as was his father. Well, Mr. Mass fell in love with and married a woman, and she was young. He was 40, and she was a little younger than him. Her name was Nadine Hetty, and Nadine Hetty Mass. Well, Miss Hetty asked him for a divorce, and he wasn't real happy about that. And I'm going to make a long story short, but he found out that she was pregnant and had been seeing 3 men while married to him. And she wanted that divorce. It didn't sit very well with him. So rather than just moving on, Mr. Mass went and got a pistol, went outside of his wife's place of employment, which was a department store right in the middle of downtown Louisville, at the corner of 4th and Walnut, which is now 4th and Muhammad Ali. The road's been renamed. At a large department store where she worked, and as she was walking in down the sidewalk, he confronted her and shot her twice in the chest, right in the middle of the street. She died. As he fled the scene, Mr. Mass shot a policeman that came up to try and arrest him and made his escape. Eventually his brother brought him to turn himself in, and he only did a couple of years in prison. And then there's a whole other story about his business and family fighting on what happened to the swim club and lawsuits after he got out. But he only served a few years in prison. But this is where his unfortunate wife, Nadine, was laid to rest. And she was laid to rest not under the Mass name. She was laid to rest under her maiden name of Nadine Hetty. And this happened in early December 1940. It's really a tragic story. And it's an interesting story to read if you're into true crime. It's very sad that someone would do something like this to a young lady. But that's the story. And since I was passing by here, I figured I'd go ahead and share the story with you of what happened to Miss Nadine here. Miss Nadine Hetty Mass. She's buried out here at the Elk Creek Cemetery, Elk Creek Baptist Church Cemetery. And it's a very beautiful and peaceful place to be laid to rest. Anyway, that's the story. And I hope, as always, that you have a great day.